Hey everyone, I've been seeing this Millermatic 211 Pro popping up all over the welding forums lately. Guys are calling it the set it and forget it MIG machine for home garages and small shops. I finally got my hands on one, and after running it through a bunch of jobs, I can see why it's getting so much buzz. If you've been on the fence about upgrading your welder, stick around because this thing might be exactly what you need. The link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the auto set feature is a total game saver for quick setup. You just dial in your material thickness and wire size, and the machine picks the voltage and wire feed speed for you. I ran 1/8 inch mild steel, 16 gauge sheet metal, and even some aluminum each time it nailed the settings on the first try. That means less fumbling with charts and more actual welding, which is perfect when you're working alone or trying to finish a project before dinner. I've been in situations where I had to consult the manual or look up charts online, only to still have to tweak the settings manually. It's a huge time saver, and it's amazing how much of a difference it makes in your overall workflow. I also appreciated how easy it was to get started with the auto set feature. The interface is straightforward, and the controls are intuitive. You don't need to be a seasoned welder to figure it out, which is great for beginners or those who are new to MIG welding. I've had friends who are just starting out with welding, and they've struggled with getting the settings right. With the Millermatic 211 Pro, they could jump right in and start welding without getting overwhelmed by complicated settings. Then there's Bead Vision, which is basically a built-in camera that projects your weld puddle onto the front panel. I was skeptical at first, but watching the arc in real time really helped me dial in my technique, especially on vertical up welds. It's like having a coach looking over your shoulder without the hourly rate. I found myself paying more attention to my gun angle, travel speed, and how I was manipulating the puddle. It's amazing how much of a difference it makes when you can see exactly what's going on with your weld in real time. The Bead Vision feature also helped me identify some bad habits I'd developed over time. I was able to see how my technique was affecting the quality of my welds, and I was able to make adjustments on the fly. It's a great tool for beginners, but it's also useful for experienced welders who want to refine their skills. I've been welding for years, but I still learned a thing or two from using the Bead Vision feature. The Dynapulse MIG feature smooths out the arc and reduces spatter, which is huge when you're trying to keep the shop clean. I tacked together a few practice joints and noticed way less cleanup afterward, no more scraping spatter off the table every 5 minutes. If you're doing production work or just hate post-weld cleanup, this is a nice quality of life upgrade. I've worked on projects where I've had to weld dozens of joints in a row, and the cleanup process can be a real pain. With the Millermatic 211 Pro, I was able to focus on the actual welding instead of worrying about the mess I was making. Program memory is another feature I didn't realize I needed until I used it. I saved settings for 3/16 inch steel, 11 gauge sheet, and even a custom pulse setting for aluminum. Switching between jobs now takes seconds instead of minutes, which is a big deal when you're juggling multiple projects. I've found myself working on projects that require different types of welds, and it's great to be able to quickly switch between settings without having to consult a chart or manual. It's a small thing, but it adds up to a lot of time saved in the long run. Dual voltage with MVP plugs means you can plug it into a standard 120V outlet for light-duty work or bump up to 240V for thicker material. I ran it on 120V for some 18-gauge brackets and then flipped the plug to 240V for a 3/8 inch plate, no extra transformer or adapter needed. That kind of flexibility is perfect for a home setup where you might not have dedicated 240V wiring. I've worked in shops where we've had to use separate machines for different types of welds, but the Millermatic 211 Pro can handle it all. The heavy-duty drive system handles both .030 and .035 wire without slipping, even after hours of continuous use. All in all, the Millermatic 211 Pro is a solid, no-nonsense MIG welder that handles everything from thin sheet metal to thicker plate without breaking a sweat. If you're serious about welding but don't want to spend hours tweaking settings, this machine is worth a close look. It's a great addition to any home garage or small shop, and it's definitely worth considering if you're in the market for a new welder. Check the link below if you want to see the latest price and availability.